What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel, it's Jump here, and today I'm going to be giving you 5 tips on stop motion for beginners. So, my first tip is on an annoying thing called camera shake. Now, camera shake mainly happens when you're on mobile, you click the thing, and it shakes, which is so annoying. It's not great, and it leaves a little blurry after image that isn't nice. So the way I resolve this is I use one of these. You can't really see it because of the onion skin, but I'm leaving onion skin on. Take it off this bit. So this is an adapter. You can use it to plug in things like a mouse or a keyboard to it, and then plug it into your phone, and then boom, you can access a mouse. So this is very useful to reduce camera shake and keep everything a lot more stable. I used to do it with a manual clicker, but that is out of battery and cannot be replaced. So these are definitely a must get. I don't know how much they are. I found mine in my junk drawer, and I don't know how long I've had it for, but they're very, very worth getting a hold of. Now, my next tip is on flicker. Now, flicker mainly happens when you don't have a stable enough light source, and it's an absolute pain when it does happen. So flicker basically looks like this. Yeah, not pretty, is it? So my way of resolving this is that I have a little thingum, which I've affectionately nicknamed the Sun. It's a vlogging light, which I got last year for my birthday. Very useful, and it's mainly just used as exactly what it says on the tin, a vlogging light. So it's stable, it's bright, but you can also adjust it, and because it's USB-C chargeable, it makes it a lot more accessible, because if you've got a phone that's not Apple, you've already got one of those lying around. So very, 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 very useful, and it's because it's stable most of the time, there's no flicker. My third tip is on glass rods. Now, glass rods are a very, very key part in animating, because you can use blue tack to attach stuff to it, which, makes it look like it's flying. So, you are going to need Studio Pro for this, so I apologise if you don't have this. This tip will be slightly useless to you. So, you're going to attach blue tack to whatever you want to make float. In this case, I'm using a blaster bolt. So, before you do this, always take a photo where there's nothing in the way. Obviously, keep whatever's in there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go over here, and then we're going to go onto those frames with the blaster bolt. We're going to go on the first one, we're going to click on it, and we're going to press erase. Now, as I've just mentioned, this is only Studio Pro exclusive, so sorry to people who are just using the free version. So let's look at it so far. Obviously we've got our shake, which we've resolved, and there's the blaster bolt. So it works very well. Now, another tip that I've got on these is avoiding losing them. You have no idea how much of a pain it is to find these when you lose them. So I normally attach something like this, or maybe even a minifigure to them, so that, they're easier to find. So always have something attached to them. You can even put a brick on top of them or something, so that you can see them easier, because these are transparent. I dare you to drop it and try and find it on your floor. No, don't actually, you will lose it. My fourth tip is blue tack. So blue tack is a very useful tool in the hands of an animator. You can use it to make characters do forwards rolls. You can use it to make characters shoot stuff. Or you can use it to make characters turn into a pile of goo for some reason. Why you do that? I don't know, but you can. There's my face in my ring. So, the key way to do this is, as you've pretty much just seen in the previous tip, get a small amount that's not too noticeable, and then attach it to it, and then do whatever it is you need to. That's all I've really got to say on it. To make sure I don't lose it, I have mine stuck to the desk, my drawers here. So always keep it in an accessible place and don't let other people put their grubby little fingers on it. My fifth and final tip is on effects. Now, these are a lot easier to do than you probably think. This is a ball of cotton wool. You probably don't think much of it, right? But let me show you what you can do with it. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this cotton wool to make it appear as a cloud of dust that just appeared as it screeches to a stop. Sound effects are also very useful in this. So, if you have some, use sound effects. A brake screech works best. So, that's my recommended sound effect. Or if you can find any others, use those. That's just my personal recommendation. So we're going to have him gently arch back, and then you just sort of put some cotton wool around his feet so that it looks as though there's dust coming off. Now this took me a long time to learn, but once you know how to do it, it's actually quite easy. You just got to tear off tiny little chunks of it, because otherwise it's too big. Now what I'm doing here, this is a little bonus tip for you. 6th tip, even though I said I'd only be doing 5. Motion bounce. It can make things look a lot more realistic. And because when you turn your head, it doesn't go like whoop. It doesn't go like whoop straight away. It goes like whoop. It sort of steadies itself, so it's very useful. So let's look at how that running turned out. Last of all. Now, as you can see, that looks quite realistic, especially with the motion bounce. So, that's the end of my tips. I hope you enjoyed it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of short, but I wanted to do one slightly longer than a short form video. But I didn't want to make it too long and take up too much of your time. Most of my long forms are going to be this length, unless they're Terraria ones now. So, I hope you don't mind that. This is mainly a Lego channel now. So, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a very Merry Christmas and goodbye.